The Business Council of Westchester's annual fall dinner was held at the Hilton Westchester in Rye Brook on November 20th. It set an attendance record. More than 900 were there for the event, as former First Lady, Secretary of State, and presidential candidate Hillary Clinton was presented with the Business Council's Global Leadership Award. Clinton was there for the entire dinner and interacted with many in the room, autographing copies of her book about the presidential campaign entitled What Happened. The first speaker of the evening was Anthony Justick, chairman of the council's board of directors.
My commitment to you for 2018 is that the Business Council of Westchester will be even more responsive to the ever-evolving business landscape in Westchester County.
Dr. Marcia Gordon, the Business Council's president and CEO, spoke next.
So now, on behalf of the Business Council of Westchester, it is my distinct honor, along with my chair, Tony Justick, to present you with the Global Leadership Laureate Award for your work in defending universal values and pushing the frontiers of human rights around the globe.
Then Secretary Clinton.
I used to feel in the past like I had to be careful in public and keep my guard up. Well, those days are over. And in What Happened, what I try to do is pull the curtain back on one of the wildest elections in American history. And I don't mean the race for Westchester County Executive. When people ask me, well, how are you? I say, well, as a person, I'm okay. But as an American, I'm concerned. And I'm concerned for a number of reasons. Look, our future is so positive. I am really ultimately optimistic and confident. And you heard a little bit of the reason why on a scale of the Business Council when you heard from Tony and Marcia. There is so much we can do together, but it requires us working together. It requires us shelving our partisan and ideological views in order to sit around a table and try to find common ground and then to base decisions on evidence, reason, and facts. You know, I'm also really very disturbed about the tax reform, so-called reform bill that is being rushed through the Congress. I'm concerned about it for many reasons, one of which is it takes direct aim at counties like Westchester. This tax plan manages to hurt so many people, and it really does bother me. So rushing through a tax plan that manages to bust open the deficit while targeting families in states like New York who already pay more in taxes for the services that we get, it is going to hurt Medicare, Medicaid. It's going to hurt education. It's going to hurt a lot of individual Americans and end up actually raising taxes on a majority of Americans. The forces that were at work in the 2016 election are still with us. It was a perfect storm, deep currents of anger and resentment flowing through our culture, a political press that was having a hard time figuring out how to cover what was important, the unprecedented intervention at the end by the director of the FBI, and the information warfare waged from within the Kremlin. Now, what we've learned about Russian interference should worry everybody, because it's more than alarming. It's a clear and present danger to Western democracy. It's right out of Putin's playbook. We know that Russian agents used Facebook and Twitter, Google, YouTube, even Pinterest, to place targeted attack ads and negative stories, intended not only to hurt me, but maybe even more importantly, to fan the flames of division within our society. I negotiated with Putin. Part of the reason he was so against me is I negotiated with Putin. I understand what his objectives are. He really does want to do anything he can to disrupt Western democracy. He would like to see the end of the European Union and NATO. He would like to create even more partisan divisiveness within the United States. Our president, whoever our president is, takes an oath to faithfully execute the law and defend our Constitution. And we all have to demand that. No foreign power in history has attacked the United States with so few consequences. And that puts us at continuing risk. There is no such thing as an alternative fact. And none of you could run a successful business or not for profit or even the Business Council just wishing reality would do what you want it to do. You take it and you work with it and you base your decisions on the evidence. So I come to you tonight with great hope and optimism and, yes, confidence that America's best days are ahead of us. We have to make up our minds to make it so. Thank you all very much.